we will be looking at box plot, how to draw a box plot. And in the first video we will only look how we are going to draw it, and in more videos we will further customize the plot and see how we are going to see different changes, colors and patterns, etc. Well, box plots are mostly used for statistical analysis. We can say our box plots are kind of statistical plots which can by which we can visualize the distribution of continuous data, and mostly we can compare it with categories, we can say the categorical data. So that's how we are going to use box plot. So now we are going to just draw a basic box plot, and we will just look at it stepwise how you are going to further customize it and look into it. So the first step we need to do is we need to import our two libraries. We first need SNS, Seaborn, and in the second we need matplotlib. So we can use any data, we can import the data through pandas, or we can say we can import it into a Titanic dataset, depends on our need, but we just want to make it simplified, keep it simple in order to work with the plots. So we are not bringing anything from outside, we are just working inside, and we're just importing it from the Seaborn library, which have their built-in data sets. So I will assign the name df, and I will load the data set, and we will just print it. We will print df dot head, and we will get 4. So now we have already loaded the data set, so now we will just go with our data. So let's see it in a more correct way. So let's say we want to look at df head. So now we are looking at the columns here, so now we will see that, and we will just plot the box plot. So the first step we need to do is assign first part, we can say the first line we need to do is to assign a figure size. So for that we already have the figure here, so we'll assign a figure, and then we'll write fixed size, and then we can say let's assign 10 by 6 width and height. So now after that we will write snx box plot. So, and here we will assign the values that we have, like if you want to see. So we are looking at continuous values, so we have only two continuous values. If we see here, these are discrete, mean fixed values, 1 3 5. So we have age here, continuous value, and we have fair. So we will look at age here, because we are seeing box plot are mostly used for to see continuous values and continuous data, and we can compare it then. So first you look how the continuous data are formed. So now after that we have assigned age, so we will assign the data also. So for data we will write df, and after that we can say we will write the title, and we just want to keep the code as simplified as possible. So we will write distribution of age Titanic dataset, you can say. So now we just only need x label, because we are drawing a box plot here. So for box plot we will just need to draw a label in order to see the one variable. So let's say we will write age, and after that we will write show, and now after that we will print it. So now here we are seeing a basic box plot, we can say draw it. We just only draw it by 5 lines, so we just need to keep the process as simple as possible and get the idea. So now we are also seeing outliers here. So most of the time the outliers are kind of skew in the result, but we are not comparing any statistical things here. We are just looking at the plot here. We are going to plot it. Well, outliers are mostly the values that kind of stand out in these values. Let's say we have age. So in age we have 70, we have 65 to 80 values are mostly unique, mean they appear once on, we can say not in the most of the time in the data set. So they kind of look outliers, because the data that box plot catch and displayed show us that values outlier, because they are far from the age value. If you can see here is 20 and 30, and from that it's really goes here. So they see the data, the box plot see that as an outlier. So we can look into it if we are using statistical analysis, and we can say we are looking at tests, statistical tests. So that's what the basic idea of box plot is. So we'll be further customizing it, and we'll be looking different things, how we are going to compare it, and colors, and you can see stars. So that's how we are going to do it.